Good morning, YouTube! Yeah, sorry, had to be done. It was a moral imperative. Robin Williams is king. I had to do that on at least one video, people. God rest his soul. God bless him. Rest in peace, Robin Williams. Anyway, moving on. I did tell you guys that I would have an update for you guys on the ARK situation. So we do got some shit that we need to talk about. Damn, that hurt my throat. So we do got some shit to talk about. First and foremost, and I'll get on into this a little more in the video. ARK Survival Ascended ASA is on GeForce now. Ended up on the platform yesterday. Ended up on there. So the first thing I kind of want to go over is dedicated servers with you guys. However, before I actually dive into the dedicated server thing, I kind of want to address something regarding something I've seen a lot of other content creators doing that actually kind of I thought was stupid as hell, to be entirely honest. You know, and I'm not trying to take a personal jab at anybody, so I'm not going to name any names or anything. But at the same time, you know, I do kind of got to address the elephant in the room. So when all this started or whatever, you know, and you had to jump through hoops, you know, regarding the whole server situation, yeah, obviously, naturally, you know, a lot of people crack the shits over it. However, there's one thing that has been a constant theme or whatever, especially with the the average player base on Steam. You know, is always complaining, you know, about, you know, content creators, streamers, this, that, and the third, having special privileges, you know, self-entitlement and all this other candy ass bullshit. And I never paid it too much mind or whatever until I happened to see motherfuckers actually have the audacity to sit here and give a big company an ultimatum. Like, seriously, you have a week. You have a week, you know, to get this fixed, or I'm no longer going to make content for your game. You know, stupid shit like that. You know, and in all honesty, the reason I'm bringing this up is because basically what you fucking do is you make everybody else look like assholes. Not only yourself, but everybody else. I get why some of you would be upset. Like I said, you know, I'm not saying this to be mean or, you know, to take a personal jab at anybody. But at the same time, you know, I mean, there's some of you out there that, at least on a temporary level, need that ban card revoked, getting on damn live stream, making a YouTube video, whining, you know, and pissing and moaning, you know, and I quit. I report you. I mean, it made me. That's exactly what popped in my head. I report you. You know, when I was playing Galaxies back in the day or whatever, you know, Star Wars Galaxies, you know, somebody get mad, throw a tantrum, I report you. You know, I mean, that's exactly what was popping in my head the entire time I'm watching all this shit. And I'm sitting there shaking my head over it. I'm like, you know, that's fucking ridiculous, man, because at the end of the day, I'm sitting there looking at you like, who in the fuck are you? And this is why you'll never see me or any Wookiee for that matter in public relations, because we'll look at you and be like, bitch, you don't need a week. You don't need a day. You don't even need an hour. Matter of fact, you don't need a minute. You don't even need a whole second. You can quit now. You pack your shit and go. I'm probably, you know, maybe that makes me an asshole. I don't know. You know, I'm definitely not that guy you give an ultimatum to, because automatically my answer will turn into no. Whatever it is you're trying to get me to do, my answer will automatically, magically just be no. I won't even give it a second thought after you threw that ultimatum on the ground. And so, you know, for some of y'all to sit there, you know, and get on your platforms and flex your virtual nuts like your shit don't stink or whatever is mind boggling to me. And you pretty much, you know, validated the argument on Steam that the average gamer has when they sit there and they say every one of us that does content creation is a fucking asshole. That's pretty much what the fuck you just did. And you looked like an idiot while fucking doing it. So knock it off, people. Knock it off. Cut the silly shit. Most of you that I watched are grown. Y'all don't really have a fucking excuse. So I can understand, some of the younger ones, you know. But I didn't even see it. It was mostly grown folks. I didn't even see nobody like young doing this shit. I didn't see no content creators who were kids. I mean, getting on here throwing tantrums and bullshit like that. Some of y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. So I'm gonna just get that out of the way. I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to be mean, but we do need to address the elephant in the room on some of that shit. Act like y'all got some fucking sense, people. Be cool, don't be a fool. That having been said, I am gonna show you guys a petition. I'm gonna show you guys the right way to handle things. Maybe, hey, maybe even some of them content creators are part of this petition. I don't know. That's not really my thing. I don't care. Uh, so basically, this is how you properly handle shit right here. They did a petition. I'll link it in the description for those who want to read it. It basically says, blah, 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 blah. You guys are assholes. You fucked us. Our ass is sore. And this is a link for all the Discord with everybody who has a sore ass because they got fucked without any lube. But there was light at the end of the tunnel. They did get victory, so Wildcard and them turned around and gave them all lube, so now their butts shouldn't be nearly as sore. And you guys are all able to now host your own servers without having to jump through so many hoops. So, yay team! They basically made ARK Ascended, Survival Ascended. They made ASA. I'm gonna just call it ASA. They made ASA DRM free. So everybody should be good to go on that front. You should be able to run your shit. So on the note of dedicated servers, you guys should be in the clear as far as running them on your own machine. They are still exclusively hosted though with Nitrado, as it should be, because I mean, honestly, I mean, let's be realistic. They fronted them a shit ton of money, so they damn well deserve to get their money back. So that's the reality on that. Now, we're going to talk about GeForce now. Now, I would caution you guys, as a lot of you know that have been watching my channel, my streams, or even just checking in on my content. You guys know I've been playing ARK Survival Evolved on a modded server for the last 6 months, using the GeForce Now platform. On the 15th of October, I ended up getting a fail to install mod map error on here. Now I did a lot of research on this error, and basically it contributes to, my understanding is, there not being enough disk space for the mods in the virtual machine. I've tried all the little, there's not much you can really do with this. I mean, outside of subscribing and unsubscribing mods. So all the little tricks, I tried all that, and nothing helped. Nothing helped. But the timing of this was very odd to me because it happened about 7 to 8 hours after I made this tweet. And I'm not saying that they did this purposely. I'm just saying that's one hellified cosmic coincidence that 7 hours, 8 hours, or at least, hell, it could have been sooner for all I know. I mean, but it was 7 or 8 hours when I logged into ARK from the time I made that tweet. And I basically say, hey, Snail Games and Walkhard, you should probably tell NVIDIA to enable high-end quality materials and subsurface scattering on GFN's priority tier. Friday the 13th is outshining ARK big time. Hope everyone had a happy Friday the 13th and happy Halloween, mates. So I'm kind of wondering if somebody actually got in their fifis over this shit, their feelings got butthurt, decided to fuck with my shit and fuck up my Halloween. Which they already did that by not including, ARK. I was gonna snag up Genesis on the sale this Halloween, but they turned around and decided not to include the one game that gave them success on a sale, which is fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal. But it was just a very odd coincidence that only 7 hours after 6 months of no problems, 7 hours later, I'm having problems. I'm getting that error right there. I'm not seeing anybody else on the forums making a complaint about the same issue. Now, when I've done the search, last time this issue arose, there were a couple people discussing it on the forums. This time around, I'm like literally the only one that posted about it. I don't even think I got a response to it last time I checked. I contacted their support, go through the runaround with them, basically to get the we don't support mods. Now, I'm going to give you guys a heads up. This is my support status for the last 3 fucking tickets that I have put in with them on an issue. Unresolved, unresolved, unresolved. I've only put in 3 tickets with them over the 6 months. All are unresolved. To say they have the most incompetent as all out fuck support would be an understatement. I don't know where they hire these morons at, but they are dumb as a box of rocks. I have literally had to repeat myself over and over and over and over and over again. It's as if they don't read the tickets. I don't know what's going on. Maybe all cylinders aren't firing. I'm not really sure what the problem is with this on their platform. But this last one was dealing with the workshop mods. So understand, people, that ARK Survival Ascended is using, if I remember, it's called Overwatch. Overwatch? No, not Overwatch. Overwolf. Whatever the fuck it's called. They're using their own thing for mods. I don't really care what it's called. You guys, I'm pretty sure it's Overwolf or some shit like that. But if you can get Steam mods to work, you're probably going to have a hellified time getting mods to work with ARK Survival Ascended. So what I would recommend is, if you're just really wanting to try this game out, try it out on the free tier. Make sure it looks good, because ARK Survival Evolved looks shit, which is why I made that Twitter post, because I've been trying for the last 6 months to get them to get that fixed. That's actually one of the unresolved tickets, as a matter of fact. To no avail, obviously. It still looks shit. It's still crap. I did find a workaround. I will mention it, and I may do another video reiterating on it a little bit. But if you actually, if you click on, what is it, Primitive Plus? If you click on that to switch to that mode, ARK will automatically restart. And you can restart without closing the session. So if you check those 2 things and do it that way, you should be good. And then once you go to Primitive Plus, you can swap back into normal mode, and you should be free and clear as far as having those 2 graphic settings enabled. So something to keep in mind, if you're still playing ARK Survival Evolved on GeForce now. But if you are playing ARK Survival Ascended, I would definitely check it out on the free tier, see how they have it set up, see how much of a pain in the ass, because as long as they are not officially supporting mods, or they are not willing to give you any support, or they're not willing to fix their shit, because end result is the issue I'm having with them, there's nothing I can do on my end. I have to basically sit around and hope they'll actually get off their asses, do their jobs, and fix their shit on their end. There's literally nothing I can do. So odds are, if I'm running into that problem with ARK Survival Evolved, you're more than likely going to run into that problem if you end up playing a modded version of ARK Survival Ascended. So absolutely do not purchase GeForce Now for this game only, or either of the ARK games, the original or the revamped one. Either of those, do not purchase it just for that only. If you're playing the vanilla game unmodded, you should be pretty rock'em sock'em. But also understand as time goes on, especially if you're on priority tier like me, you will have no way to uninstall those DLCs. I have yet to figure out how to remove those DLCs to fix my issue. So I'm pretty much shit out of luck as far as playing ARK on the GeForce Now platform after having played 6 months. So definitely something that you guys want to keep in mind before you actually shit any money into their platform. Definitely something you guys want to keep in mind, kind of be mindful of, and consider that when you're choosing. I would, if at the very least, I probably wouldn't do like what I did and drop 6 months at a time. I'd probably pay month by month so you can cancel their asses on the spot if you don't like the way things are rocking and rolling. Test the waters out. I definitely would not pay for the ultimate tier. If their support is that shitty on a paid service for a priority tier, they're probably not that much better off on ultimate tier. And based just off of what I read on other people's experiences, their experiences aren't too far off from mine. And in fact, the only reason that I've actually been using the service is because it makes it easier for me to do streaming without having, to have the game run. It basically keeps my laptop from running hot. If it wasn't for that fact, and the fact that their servers are closer to the area I live at, I would probably drop them in a heartbeat. And I am considering dropping them, as a matter of fact. I'm still on the fence post about that as whether or not because I do play other games using their service. I'm still on the fence post whether or not I'm going to drop it entirely, but let's just say I am leaning more towards hitting the cancel button than I am keeping the service. So kind of do your own homework on this, do a little research on it, see how they play it out. Definitely test it out, see if it looks better than the original ARK on their platform, because if ARK 1 looked like shit, then a revamped ARK might very well look like shit too. I don't know. I don't have the game. Haven't checked it out. If you've played it on GeForce Now, feel free to leave a comment or leave a comment in the comment section on the video. Let me know how it plays and how it feels for you. If at some point that I get the game or whatever, I may do a test run on it myself if I even still have the platform by then. I don't know. Also, on a final note, Nitrado is doing a giveaway. They have been doing a giveaway over the last 24 hours on Twitter, so go to their Twitter page, and check that out. Maybe you'll win one, maybe you won't. I've been opting in on it or whatever, but I seriously doubt I'll win, especially if they came to my YouTube channel and watched my last 2 videos. So I'm not even mad. I ain't even mad at them. I ain't even mad at them. In any case, hope this video helped you out, guys. Like and subscribe. I can't talk worth a shit, so I think I'm gonna call it at this point in the video. You all take care, stay safe, have a good one, everybody. GeForce Now, fix my shit. or I no longer do your content.